5:30 Saturday morning here in the Philippines. Got a lot of haze, much more haze the last half of this year than average in the 9 years that I've lived here in Cebu City. British friend tells me they call it sea mist. I don't know if that's it. When I first came in 2015, or was it 2016? There was a lot of smoke in the air or something, and the experts, the weathermen, said it's just a weather type system causing that. And I said, no, it's smoke. And I did research. There was no smoke. There was no fires in the Philippines. But in Indonesia, Borneo, several places not so far from us, quite a ways from us, but not really in the whole scheme of things. I told people, no, it's smoke. It's from the fires in Indonesia and Borneo. And the experts said, no, it's not. And a few weeks later, they come out and said, Rod was right. They actually didn't say that, but they said, yeah, it is the smoke. It's the smoke from Indonesia. They do a lot of burning of crops certain time of the year. They burn large areas of forest so that they can turn them into palm tree plantations. Palm oil, you probably know, has come on started showing up several years ago. And I think my understanding is that it is probably healthier than most of the seed oils, the so-called vegetable oils, soybean oil, corn oil, safflower oil, so many of the others out there. Personally, we use extra virgin olive oil 90% of the time. We use a little bit of avocado oil and a little bit of extra virgin coconut oil. Anyway, yeah, it looks like it's going to be another nice day. We had about 10 or 11 days straight with much higher than average winds here in Cebu City. Being affected by a severe tropical storm hundreds of kilometers away, but it was very, very large, spread out its wind and rain tentacles, and we would get, off and on throughout the day, we would get higher winds and then not quite as high winds, and then higher winds as each band came through. One of the things you deal with here in the Philippines. But Cebu and Cebu City, very advantageous location of being kind of nestled in between so many of the other islands. And the other islands take the brunt of the storms. They usually don't come directly in our direction. They usually go northwest off the Pacific, and as they hit the warm waters of the Philippine Sea, they can gain strength and become a typhoon, super typhoon, within a day or two. And but about every 11 years, one sneaks through. 2013 super typhoon Yolanda kind of went north. People here definitely in Cebu City felt it, talking to the people. But more so the north third of Cebu City wiped out a lot of crops. In the first part of this video, I was looking east northeast, and for some reason I did a video about 12 minutes long, I think, but for some reason my phone quit recording at the 5 minute mark. And anyway, so I went to my bedroom. The first part was off my balcony, and that's where I get the sun in the morning. And I get a lot of glass, so I get a lot of heat. I bought some blinds to try to block some of that. Looking off to the south and southwest now, that is New Star Casino and hotels down there. Big tower there is part of SM Mall Seaside. Interesting place, worth checking out. They've got an ice skating rink in there. And I'll zoom into the stadium there on the left here in a little bit. But yeah, anyway, I've been 3 trips to the Philippines, and about 9 years living in 6 different condominiums. I've got a ton of videos about condominiums. What do they look like? What do they rent for? Boy, these loud motorbikes. There are some cities and towns that enforce that type of thing. They confiscate the bikes, fine the people, and they have to repair. But here in Cebu City, very little enforcement of that kind of noise, and you'll hear those guys. Some of you, they're so loud, and even in the middle of the night when a lot of us are sleeping, you'll wake up to that loud motorbike noise. Crown Regency, the tallest building there, Crown Regency Hotel, and there's a number of towers. I think they've got, gosh, how many towers there? They got Club Ultima there. I've done videos there in their condominiums, and I think they've got a new tower there. Anyway, you got Mountain View. I've got Mountain View and Sea View out my bedroom window, and I've got looking east and south, or north and east. I've got a little bit of sea view, and can watch with a zoom lens or binoculars. You can watch the ferries come in. Anyway, Cebu City and Cebu are strategically located so that they are not affected by most of the typhoons. Many of the typhoons actually go west, northwest as they near the Philippines. We are strategically located so that we are not affected by many of the rare, larger earthquakes as well. I have felt 4 very, very small earthquakes. One happened in Mindanao, one in Camotes Island, which is part of Cebu province, just a few months ago. So yeah, it's a good place for a number of reasons. You've got the international airport over there that has more international flights, direct international flights, than any other place other than the main Manila airport. And there you got the Cebu City Sports Complex there. Looks like in January, 3rd week of January, the whole 2nd week, and culminating on the Sunday of the 3rd Sunday. Looks like Sinulog Festival. A lot of the festivities are going to center there, but there's a lot of it out on the street, a lot of it in the various malls. Barangay, kind of a squatter village type area down there. I believe just to the left on there's a pool there to the left. That is YMCA. I've got a membership, but I broke my shoulder shortly after that. That is a advice. That is a barangay sports complex, and they've been holding intramural volleyball and making a lot of noise for about a week, but it hasn't bothered me really. I shut the windows when I'm going to do a video. Anyway, dormitory down below there, and then you got just to the right, that's the Diplomat Hotel. Don't think they're open yet.
they've got a few people that have long-term residents there, I think, but very rarely. And I've asked the security guard there, Diplomat Hotel. Some of you have stayed there, but they still are not open from the all the time the government lockdowns when everything was shut down. Anyway, looking back to the east, south, or northeast, east and northeast, and yeah, I have hardly used any air conditioning for like almost 2 weeks now. We've had a breeze, cooler temperatures. The last couple of days been a little warmer, but I've had the fan on and probably 84, 86 degrees tops. Humidity about 60% or so. So to me, that's comfortable. Some people, I've been with a group of people, and I'm cold inside a restaurant, bar, whatever, and I'm chilly. I grew up in Minnesota. I never acclimated to the cold weather. And boy, another guy is sweating. He's got sweat dripping off his forehead. So, we're all different in what we like. A lot of people here from Florida. Florida and a lot of the southeastern states are hotter on average and more humid than it is in the Philippines. Just to give you an idea. If you've been to Florida and Georgia and Mississippi, any of those southern states, Houston, I used to get to Houston quite regularly. Scaffold Company, I managed one of their branches in Phoenix. One of their headquarters was in Houston, so I made several trips there, and I liked the city, but boy, I tell you, it was. They say it rains a lot in Seattle, but in fact, I think it rains a lot more in Houston, Texas. And not only that, you've got the high heat and high humidity as well. So the Philippines is quite bearable for me and many others. Some people, it's not for everybody, but it has so much to offer here. So anyway, I've gotten quite a number of comments and emails and messages from various subscribers and viewers that they are traveling. This is the high season. It's cold in the north, and people are taking their vacations, and a lot of people come to the Philippines in November. So anyway, to all of you who are coming in November, December, January, and next year, uh, plan well, safe travels, know what your budget, understand what your budget is, keep control of your money. And anyway, we'll see you next time.